Hello everyone, and today we will try to understand how possible to create identity design for and corporative design using Figma tools. So for that kind of things, first of all, let's create the design file where we will start to create our identity. And our first page we will call identity. Just to recognize that on that page we use only identity design. Select the frame tool and choose the paper, which is A4 portrait orientation. Will be our artboards for design, and let's go to our classwork and choose our brief and also the technical parameters for our design. So we have for our design brief for company Spike Zone, which is select some volleyball equipments, and select the text which we want to use for our design and paste it here. One more thing, according to your design, you can change the words, use it in a one word, or you can split the two words in a separate words, and then to make any combination according to your design. So, for example, I decided just to make the design which is used two different words, and because I wanted to work with some typography. So in this case, of course, I will try to make bigger size of my text. So in this case, I will select scale tool, and will be spike, and will be zone. So for zone, I also will select the small letter, and now I just need to select any typography. So in this case, I can select the text and just go through the library from Figma to decide what kind of typography I wanted to select exactly for my first letter. And when I will finally decide it, and I will try to get my second typography for word zone. This is interesting. Okay, I will finally decide it. That will be my first text, and then, for example, I will go to find another words. For example, this one looks interesting, so I can use these words just to keep the text, place it here. Again, I will select the scale tool just to make smaller size of that text, and see when I can place that element here, or maybe like this one. So looks not bad. Maybe I will change a bit something. It depends how I can see my design on that part. So maybe I will place some parts a bit up on the letters like this, for example. But I have to be sure that my text is okay about using the elements around. So in this case, I probably add some stroke for my zone part, and I will select the white color just to give ability to see the text around the objects. And maybe I will select 0.5 options for that for that stroke around the letters. Why? Because it helps me to read all the parts according to my design. So I also change a bit the position of that elements, and now probably it's okay for me to use that element for my design. So according to the task, it says that I have to provide the colorful colorful logo, then black and white logo, and the inverse of the black logo on the corporative color background. And also I have to provide it the icon from my logo independently from the text. So now I have the text combination, and then I need to find the right icon which I can use for my design. In this case, I will use some plugins from Figma. So I'm going to the plugins and try to find the good logo icons for my design. So I will try to provide some logo icon or vector logos. Let's see what we have here. So I run this plugin, and now I just need to search what kind of logo I need. So volleyball equipment. Let's see what it shows me. No any results. Okay, let's just choose another element. Oh, nice, we have some elements here which I can probably try to use. So this is interesting. I can use that icon exactly for my logo. So in this case, I have to go inside to select the objects which I need to use, then cut it, then go down just to uh, delete everything what I have, and here on that design I can just make it smaller size of my element and place it exactly where I wanted to use that element. So maybe you can check and decided to choose in that position, because I can see that now my logo is quite closed according to the frame. And of course, because I first of all to create the black and white position of my logo, I will change the fill exactly to the black one. That black and black. Good. So now I have my black combination of the logo, and then I just need to know how I can use what kind of colors I can also use for my design. And also I will provide the logo which is use the background, one of the background with corporative colors. So in this case, first of all, I will provide it first the plane or the background, which I will use it exactly one of the color. And the logo should be here exactly in white. So in this case, I will already provided the white logo. And maybe here you may see that now I deselected and didn't choose the right size of my strokes around the word zone. I will correct it later. And now I just need to provide it exactly the color which I wanted to use for my design. So in this case, it's better first of all to understand how many colors you need to use for your design. It says that for your design, or for our design, we need to use only 2 colors. And one more thing, it says on the brief that one of the colors should be exactly orange. So it means that I need to choose one color exactly orange, and then I also can find another colors which I wanted to use. So in this, I first of all decided what kind of colors I will use for orange colors. So in this case, I will use that elements exactly for orange color, and I will go exactly to find what kind of colors orange it's better to select in this case. And then, for example, that orange color, good, looks nice. And also I will use exactly that colors for my background. In this case also I need to select my zone part and to provide it exactly the same colors here. So now it's okay. And one more thing, maybe here it's better to use outside, exactly what I need, and here also should be in outside. Let's see that we are exactly, yeah, in outside. Amazing. So everything is done according to my parts of design here, but I need also to provide it some another colors for my colorful part of the logo. So in this case, I will use color wheel. So I will try to color wheel. And I really like to use canvas from Canva. In this case, I have to select exactly color which I have, so that, and put it here. And according to the complementary color scheme, I can see exactly the color which I can use on my design. If you really don't like this color, you also can use, for example, triadic, and you may see that this color looks nice according to my design, so I can easily copy this part and place it for my other design here. So now you may see exactly colors which I finally selected to my design. So, and also zone should be in the same color like this. And one more things which also I can easily to now I have exactly logo which I wanted to use for my design. And one more things, it says that I need to provide the typography which I use for my design and also the colors which I use for my design. In this case, I will copy it this circle just to create two parts. Then I will reselect that element. And one more things, I just need to provide it the size hex. I will use it not that part of my design, I will use it that element, and it call it hammer thief. Hammer thief. Oh my god, this is quite difficult. Hammer Smith. Oh, it doesn't show me. Maybe hammer. Again, one more. I will just copy it like this and put it. Yeah, good. Amazing. And one more. I will just use hex design. Selected a less size of the design like this, and copy it this element from my color. So select my color, copy it, and use it here. Hashtag and the name. Also, I need to use RGB color. So in this case, I will go here and to choose the RGB color. So, and it says that my color is about, it's better to use any papers just to fix that numbers. So it says that in RGB I have 105, 21, and 233. Good. So the same things I wanted to provide for my another parts, and here I first of all need to select my part and copy that element here. So it will be a number of hacks, and also I need to select the RGB code, and it's 233 121. Okay, so almost the same, just here 233 148 and 21. Good. And one more thing, it's a text. So text which I use it for my design. So for text I use the that text, and it's a main typography. So it will be for example, for will be used for titles and for other elements. And also I have another typography which is called inspiration, and I will place it here, just using absolutely the same typography, just make it small one. Sometimes it's not good to use that kind of typography for the normal design. So in this case, maybe you will also add one more typography. For example, I want to use for the main text in the same position like inspiration, but I will use, for example, just Arial. No, we don't have Arial. Okay, let's see, enter, why not? So I will use enter again in the same position, but it will just a normal text, which has helped me to provide the right combination of the elements. One more thing, it's better to provide it the smallest of that two elements, which has helped me to see the hierarchy between the text. So now I'm just make alignment in the right position of all that parts, and also I will use for that element alignment, which is, let's see, 16. That also I will use 16, so I can see hierarchy, and this is will be exactly let's choose 31. Oh, it's quite a lot. That's 22. Yeah, okay, good. So now everything is done. I can easily to understand how my design works. So this is about identity design, and I'm ready to start my my corporative design using that identity style design. One more thing, it says that we also need to provide it the icon without the text. So I will just copy this part and place it here in the top of my elements. One more thing, try to follow the right and good composition between the elements. Otherwise, it's quite difficult to read your design and to make the right good composition between the parts. So now everything is done. I can easily see how all that parts worked on that element. So all done. Now I'm ready to go and to create a new element, a new page, which is corporative design. And on the corporative design I need to create let's see what I need to create for my corporative design. It's a letterhead, business card, and front side of the envelope. Because of we have already one video which is where I explain the composition which is possible to create for your design, for your stationery set design. In this video I only will create this design using the Figma tools. So first of all I need to use the frame for A4, because you know that for letterhead we use A4 according to our industry. And now I need to create the size of the business card, and I wanted to use the business cards. It says double side according to our design. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's only one side and portrait orientation. So because I don't know exactly how millimeters in the pixels, I will go to the online converter from millimeters into pixels. Let's see, we finally got that kind of online converter, and here I'll just put millimeters and I can see exactly the size of my pixels. So in this case I'm going here and try to select frame tool and place it my width. Because it's portrait orientation, I need to use the 90 millimeters for height. Great. And then I need to use here 50 and select that part and place it exactly to my height design, width design. So now this is exactly the size of my business card. Let's just keep it, it's a card, to be sure that we are exactly where it should be. It's a letterhead. And now I just need to create an envelope. So for envelope, again, I will create some frame and using the online converter. So for width it should be 220, And for height it should be, oh sorry, I just always jump in not the right place. And for height it should be 110. Good. So we are ready, and we have provided all parts for our future design. And now I'll just envelope. So let's start to make our design. And first of all, I need to create any design for my letterhead. So I will use, for example, the colorful version of my design here, and place it exactly on the left top corner. One more thing, how possible to recognize what kind of size I need to use for my design. And if you split that width into the 4 parts, it means that you will get exactly the size which better to use for your logo on the letterhead. Next, what I need to place here, it's a text. So I have a text for my letterhead, that part. So I select all that text and copy it and paste it exactly in my Figma design. So I will use the typography, which is enter, just normal typography, and it's better to use about 10 pixels for that design. First of all, I will choose 8 pixels and then see how it works. And one more thing, I need to split all that parts into the different elements. So I will use the enter just to see how it works. So bank account, name of the bank, and phone and address. So this is what kind of text I have here. So because it's envelope, it's a letterhead, I will select first of all the licensee and place it here on that part. Oh, sorry, I need again to select that elements and place it here and put it on my top part, just to be sure that I have exactly the text which goes through according to the logo design part. Next one, because you know that the letterhead have a header and footer, so I will use logo and some lore information about the other parts. So for example, I make some extra space here just to show how my elements works properly. Or maybe you decided that it's better maybe to licensee provide it in another part, and for example put it here according to the exactly part of your logo design. And then or maybe you will use it double columns like this and like this to show how it works, and then use that 2 double columns to make it easy to provide it your design between the parts, so like this. And maybe I also will use it alignment to the right side just to make easy to see that part between them. And also I will use some extra lines between them and use the colors for that line, for example the orange. So like this. This is my first combination of my text, and then I have also that parts which I wanted to place exactly in the footer. So I will first of all select that part which is from the bottom of my elements and use it independently from my text from a website and email, and I wanted to place it here exactly in the parts of bottom part. And also one more things, I have to always use it in the same position according to the margins of the elements. And I just only need to provide it some style elements. So for style elements I wanted to select exactly the parts which is from the logo. And one more thing, I just make the horizontal position between the parts, and just make it easy like this to go outside from the bottom right corner. And because I don't really need to use exactly that colorful object, I will just use the 20% of transparency of that part, which has helped me to keep it my design easily from other parts. And one more thing, maybe you will just move it, or maybe just put it in another position of the part. So it again depends how you can see your design with that two parts of the elements. So you always have to think, is it okay to use that options to see your elements looks nicely from the other parts. So this is how you can provide it your design on that parts according to the options which you have on your background. One more thing, I really don't like how it looks like now, and then try to find the right way how I can use it, that parts on my design. So let me see, maybe like this. No, honestly, I don't like exactly all that parts which I have on my design. Maybe I just make it smaller size and like this. Yeah, maybe like this. It looks better. So now everything is provided according to my design of the letterhead. So now I'm going to provide it my second design with the parts. So I will just select only one part of my objects, and now I just wanted to make it bigger like this. Maybe only the part of my design on the circle. I will use it on my design here. So also I will select like this position of the elements, and here I will use absolutely the same object on my extra space on the top of the business card. And now I just need to place here some parts of the design which has helped me to keep all the text which I have which I need to place on my business card. So this is exactly what I need to put here. So I copy it, then jump here and place it. It's absolutely the same already settings which I have for my previous part. I just need to place everything what I need. So I will place my name and surname. Maybe I will use it two different lines. Then shop manager, it's my position. So one more things which I need to place here, it's my all the needable connections with my options. So I'll try to see how I can organize these parts on my design. And one more things, maybe I will it's better to use like this. Yeah, looks okay. So now I'm going to provide some extra space between the parts like this, and maybe I will use that element to provide it the color with Hammersmith. Hammersmith, let's see that. Yeah, good. And maybe I will use here more size, and now just to select everything and place it in the middle. Now I can easily to move it, that part's exactly what I wanted to use. maybe you change something. So for example, I have quite small part which is not good to use. That's why maybe I will place the phone exactly here. And maybe you also decided to change some text which is you wanted to show how it works according to the parts. And for example, here I don't like exactly how it looks like this is better, just to make it bigger size between the elements. And one more thing, I wanted to use some elements which is help to split some parts between the elements. So I will select that part and just use it exactly to change to make it smaller, and use it between the parts like this. So this helps me to provide it exactly the changes and differentiation between the parts. So like in the first, it's about the name and surname, and some objections of my personality, and below it's something which is connected to the address, phones, and other parts. So of course you also can use easily some different colors. So for example, I can easily to select here some specific colors just to recognize the differentiation between the parts. So it's also possible to change something and to see how it works like this. So now my identity is ready, and now I can easily to provide my envelope. So for envelope, I will use it just full colored options, and I will use the orange one. And one more thing, because on the orange one we have exactly color which is inverse. So I select the color inverse and place it here exactly in the position where I wanted to use. Again, it should be the quarter of the width of the width envelope. So like this one. And one more thing, it's also better to use some decoration elements between the parts, and I will use it here and use it, for example, not exactly the colors. I wanted to use also everything in white, and I wanted to use not the fill. I wanted to use the stroke for that element. So I will use stroke in the white, and maybe to provide some thicknesses for the stroke. And one more thing which is help me to provide that part, I will use it here exactly on that place. And now I just need to select each element and just to remove it, the fill from that options. And maybe you decided to make like a people, so maybe you will just change some parts, and helps to users understand that it's a lot of different type of humans which is like to work on the volleyball, so like this. And one more things which I wanted to which I need to place here, it's exactly the text. So this is a text should be exactly represented on the envelope, and now I'm just going to place that text. It's again in the same already options which I need to use. I just need to split that text according to the parts, and now is almost ready everything. And I just need only to maybe to select and choose another color. So I think it's better to use only white color here also. So this will be my envelope. Everything is done. I can also maybe sometimes easily to select only the side and decided to provide it some another appearance of the site, just make more attraction to see how it works. So now everything is done and my corporative design is ready. This is everything what I wanted to share with you. So finally, you know how possible to create identity design in Figma, and also how possible to create a simple stationery set which is included letterhead, business card and envelope according to the identity design. Thank you very much for your attention and see you.